A's Extra.
We're back on the Anglers Extra pregame show. Just a week left in the regular season, and to start it off, Chatham hosts Cotuit here at Veterans Field. I'm Joe Puccio, and it's time for the Manager Show with Chatham manager Tom Holliday. Tom, a real tough loss yesterday over in Orleans.
Yeah, we know how to do that. You know, it's almost like every time we kind of aim ourselves at an important game, we get right up next to it, and then somebody hangs a slider or hits somebody or walks somebody or throws a double play ball away, you know, something that you just sit there and go, it's just not their character. But I don't know, somebody said this word called luck. I'm not sure if I believe in luck, but we sure don't have any of it. So, yeah, that was a tough game to lose last night.
What was it about that Orleans team that got the best of you? Because that's the same Firebirds team that threw a no-hitter just earlier this month.
Well, they've got some good arms. And the lefty he brought in last night, I mean, the Riley kid, if somebody gets him straightened out, I mean, that guy's going to pitch in the big leagues for a long time. He's really good and got a great arm. Our kids have seen him so much this summer that they really liked hitting off of him. And even though we only had a run or so, but they were real comfortable hitting off Riley. The lefty came in was nails. And then you sit there and go, where's this guy from? Well, it doesn't matter. The fact is, his fastball was 89, 91. His slider was 82, 83. But boy, he nailed that slider. And, you know, we tried to sit on a 2-run lead, which is never comfortable, especially on the road this league. And, you know, we kind of, I don't know, Satelli was doing really, really well, and he hit the wall, backed up on his velocity, and got in some trouble. And, you know, we were almost out of it, and then we hit a left-hand hitter, which, you know, Hampton's been our best pitcher all summer, and he hits him with a 1-2 count, and that's kind of weird. But, you know, I kind of thought the kid might have leaned in a little bit and took it. And it was a good hit batsman because it turned into 2 runs, and so then you lose the ball game. But I thought our guys played good. That was a hard night to play. That wind was blowing in about 30 mile an hour, maybe more. Not a good hitting night. We hit a lot of balls hard right at people in the outfield. You know, if there's no wind last night, we hit balls over their head. I thought we actually had a good offensive night. We only scored 2 runs.
So the Holiday to Hampton switch was more of a matchup thing?
Well, you're gonna play to win every game in this run of games, and I thought it being a road game, Evans leaving after 2 kind of screwed up my whole plan. If he gives us 4 or 5 like he pitched last time, then we go to Satelli. Then we probably only need to use either or Hampton or Brian Holiday. So I liked the way it worked out. I mean, it worked out perfectly. And, you know, Hampton threw an inning in the All-Star game. He threw an inning before that in relief for us. So, you know, and I trust that kid 100%. So when he comes in, he hits a guy with a 1-2 pitch, and then all hell breaks loose. Well, we've seen that, you know. And so a guy doubles in the corner, then they go to contact. They make contact, get another run in. And, you know, we only had like 30 seconds to a minute to regroup and try to score in the 9th inning. So going from Brian to Hampton is like kind of like not overusing one. And if you got them both, use them, because that was a must-win game. Tonight's must-win. I'm going to try to stay away from both of them tonight. I'd like to give them a day off, because to use that theory, to run them out there tired or worn down, just because they're 2 guys that say, Coach, I want to win. Use me wherever you need me. I get that, and I really like that attitude. But I don't want them out there 80%, 70%. They're really good when they're 100%. So I hope we're good enough tonight we can stay away from those 2 guys.
Offensively speaking, you've had some hot bats, including Rock Riggio. What have you liked in his 10-game hitting streak?
Well, it kind of makes you wonder, like, what was going on before that. And Rock is such a gifted player. He hasn't one of those eye-hand coordinations that's hard to find. Then all of a sudden, you know, he'll get into a big mood, like he wants to be a big guy. And his swing gets a little big. He tries to hit home runs. And I think what he's done up here is realized that's not what it's about. And he took a look, I think, one day at his batting average and said, I'm way better than that, which he is. And then all of a sudden, he started taking base hits. And I still think you throw him a 2-0 fastball in the middle, he'll hit it out of the ballpark. But Rock's a gifted player, and I think Rock's a little worn down. So now he's kind of learning what it is to play 100 games in a year, and it's going to be really good for him.
You guys lost to Cotuit just before the All-Star break. How can you take advantage of this Cavalier team that's already clinched a playoff spot?
I don't know, but I mean, it's like, they're a pretty good team. He actually added a couple of studs when I'm out looking for backup guys so I can get guys off the field. I mean, he picks up Bradfield. I mean, it's like some kids love to play, and for Enrique to show up here after he goes and does the USA thing, I have a lot of respect for that. I mean, I really do. I think, to me, that kid scored 1,000 points, by coming back up here. And it tells the pro baseball world that kid loves to play. The guys that go home after Team USA or even the trials are basically saying, I'm not sure if I love the game enough to go to Cape Cod, and I've already done my thing, so I'm just going to go home and get in a weight room or sit by a swimming pool and drink iced tea. You know what I mean? I don't know how you get any better sitting by a swimming pool or hanging around in the weight room. You get better by being on this field, learning how to use wood, and competing. And, I still learn something every day from our guys when I hear stories, that they tell me. And, Cotuit is Mike is as old school as I am. All he wants the game played right. He wants you to play out of the love of the game. And his teams are always tough. And, we beat them if we can man up to them. We'll beat them. If we don't man up tonight, we'll get beat.
Tom, thanks for the time.
You got it.